Hello! Welcome in, everybody. How y'all doing? Why? Hi, Cyber. Welcome in. How are you? Hello! So, sorry we are starting a little bit late today. That was an accident. Um, Honestly, I slept in and I had errands I had to go run, so yeah, and then when I did get home, I got stuck watching. I say stuck as if I am uh as if I like couldn't have turned it off. But then I got like really enraptured by a video about arcade restoration. There's like a bunch of like arcade companies in Texas that are like they have a whole YouTube channels. They're all in Texas for some reason, but they have like these YouTube channels where they're going through and like cleaning up and making like all these old arcade cabinets they're finding like functional again, and then like throwing them in this big arcade that like these multiple big arcades. It's really cool, and I'm like, man, I want an arcade cabinet. I want to do cool stuff like that, but at least you're honest. But yeah, genuinely, I would kill to have like an arcade cabinet in my house, or I kind of want a vending machine. I don't even know why, but I'm just like, I love the idea of just having a vending machine in my house that I can stock with drinks that I want. You know how some people have like personal like drink coolers? I just want I want a vending machine. Is the shade above your eyes eyeshadow or normal shadow? It's eyeshadow. It's lavender too, to match like the rest of my thing. Uh Technically, in my original design, I had lavender painted nails too, but they have been cut off, and that's fine. I like that's probably too much detail anyway. But yeah, like I said, I really want one of those. Oh! Another thing I really want, I really want a crane game, just so that I can like practice crane games. I don't know. Okay, I don't know why this has just become me saying stuff that I want, but uh yeah, no, I've always wanted to just be able to like sit and mess with stuff like that and own stuff like that. I always think it's I always think it's so cool when people actually just like have like I don't know. I just think hobbies like that are super cool. Like you know, like Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps, like he has multiple arcade cabinets that he like messes with and stuff. Apparently he like straight up like knows how to solder and like makes his own arcade cabinet. No, maybe not makes his own arcade cabinets, but like he has apparently bought a bunch of old arcade cabinets, and he just like if you go watch like the Game Grumps office tour, you can see him. And like I always just was like, "Yo, you are the coolest person ever." To whenever I watch that, because I've brought it up before that that is one of the probably one of the YouTube videos I've watched the most. Because I just like rewatching that all the time. Because I will just kind of sit and fantasize about being at a point where I can have like I don't know. I always wanted like a big co-working space like that with friends. Uh, don't you learn soldering in metalwork at school? No, my school had welding. Has 17 he's been working on for the last 6 years, something like that. Sounds about right. He has a ton of arcade cabinets around the office at Grumps HQ, or he did before they all like moved. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not that parasocial. I'm parasocial enough to watch the office tour over and over again and fantasize about working at a place like that, but I'm not parasocial enough to know exactly what they're all up to necessarily. You know what I mean? But by that I mean I try not to be. Honestly, I have a weird irrational fear of being parasocial to the point that like I never message other creators unless I have like an absolute absolute reason to. And I know that's like so bad for me because it's like if I'm not like a friend, I just like never message anybody. And I know that that probably hurts my like networking ability as a streamer. Year and a half now, or at least 2 years now. They just kind of they got into a habit. Well, like they got into a habit of playing really long games that I didn't care about, and they would do it for months, and then I just never. I don't know. It kind of just broke my habit of watching them. I miss it when they were like putting out like 2 videos a day, so I always had something I could watch from the from them. You know what I mean? That was like peak Game Grumps era, in my opinion. But I can get why they kind of slowed down on it. Not to mention the fact that they only have the one team, because apparently a lot of people complained about them expanding to the greater Grump cast and blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's like a whole deal. But yeah, I didn't learn soldering. I didn't take metal shop. I took wood shop, but like uh yeah, metal shop wasn't not a mandatory class. It was an elective that I didn't take. And that's because like I said, it was primarily welding, and it just didn't seem like a like the kind of thing I would be interested in at the time. Like the funny part is if you like there's like if you were done like it's soldering and or it's blacksmithing or something like that, I would have probably signed up for that class. But they were like it's welding. Go get your you go get your welding's license to go be a mechanic. That's how they pitched it to me in my school. And I'm like, I don't want to be a mechanic. There's very few jobs where I'm like, I don't want that. And that's up there. Although I will say, ever since I fixed my car, I still think like working on cars was kind of fun when I did do it. When I fixed my car by myself, well, with Dad behind. Archangel, hello. But yeah, it was kind of fun to work on. But like, I still am not. I'm not into cars in a way. Like into. I wouldn't want that as a job. But um. But yeah. Yeah. But I was saying something. But yeah, no, I am like super afraid to be that it's parasocial to try to DM somebody. So I kind of just don't. And I'm pretty sure that's like that might be why I've been so slow at growing. The funny part is that I know Sil just messages people out of nowhere. But like I don't know. Something about that bothers me. It just feels so awkward and uncomfortable to even just be, like to like celebrities if they come to a convention be like, "Hey, I'm a big fan of the stuff you make." Like that feels so uncomfortable and awkward to me. And so I just did it. Like I said, I have a hard time getting myself to do that. I don't DM unless asked. Other than that, I keep a distance. Yeah, that's totally fair. Like I said, that's kind of how I am. Basically, if I don't feel like we're friends, I won't DM you. And there's a solid chance I probably won't DM you anyway, because I'm bad at that. But yeah, that's part of why I don't know if you guys remember why I'm always like when Cell of a Night is in full production, stuff happening with it. I'm always like, please tell me who you guys want me to have on. Because and if if they are requested, I have an excuse to try to invite people I don't talk to or I've never talked to. I could just be like, my viewers requested you. You know what I mean? So, like, we talking about no. But yeah, but yeah, that's why I'm always on about how I want people to like request people in the for Sullivanite. Like I said, just give me an excuse to invite people on, so I like try to get like I want to get into the habit of inviting people, and I don't even know what direction to take that with people I don't already talk to. I do have some more people I could invite to Sullivanite that I think would say yes, that I know that I'm friends with. But I am very close to out of friends who haven't said no. You know? So that's kind of why we slowed down on Sullivanites. But like I said, I have a few more people. How's one go about giving Sylvanite recommendations? You can say them either in here, or I do have a whole channel for that in the Discord. In reality, I probably shouldn't even have a channel for that. I probably should have it just included in the suggestion box, but yeah, if you have any content creators that you want me to invite on, I will happily invite people on. Doesn't matter what size either. Uh, I actually did send an email to Markiplier. That was the only one anybody ever actually asked. So, yeah, he had his business email out. I sent him a business email. So, yeah, that was yours. How funny would it be to just be like, yeah, sells friends and Markiplier. Just like he's like, it would be like he just jump scared if he actually had said yeah. It's like a jump scare if he said yes. Like, just like smaller creators, smaller creator, smaller creator, slightly bigger creator, smaller creator, smaller creator, Markiplier, the biggest YouTuber and probably the biggest pure YouTuber left making like a pure career out of it. That'd be hilarious, honestly. But yeah, I had achieved the funny number in stream streak. Let's go. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Which funny number? The 6 one or the 4 one? There's a bunch of funny numbers. 69. Nice. Matt Pat retired. Yeah, Matt Pat retired. I have a hard time watching most of the theory channels since he retired. I just like I kind of watch them for Matt Pat, I realized. I will occasionally throw on style theory or food theory, but like I haven't even touched game theory or film theory once since he quit. Barack Obama or maybe Mike Mickelson. Okay. I will say some level of some realism might help a lot. Like VTubers are probably a little like big VTubers are probably actually more in the realm of possibility than Barack Obama. I will all right, like can we have that established? But that's fair. Yeah, if you guys I'm surprised I've not been recommended any game theories after Matt Pat left. Thought I'd get a couple. Yeah, no, same. I basically never see game theory. I've been recommended film theory, but I just like I don't care enough without Matt Pat. And then food theory and style theory have given me interesting video titles that I probably would have clicked on no matter who made them. So yeah, that's you know what I mean? I did watch for Matt Pat, but I'm giving Ash a chance, and so far she's done well. Which one's Ash? I don't know any of the new people's names at all. Even the ones that I've watched, I don't know their names. They're just Style Theory Girl, GT Live. Ah, okay. I didn't even watch that one when Matt Pat was on it, so that's fair. Is it insulting to sir? Yes. Humans can't eat grass. I think you'd be better off just serving them like a head of like lettuce, nothing else. Just like, here you go, lettuce. Yeah, I did. Like I said, I just never watched GT Live. I think I watched a best of GT Live thing once, but like I never just sat and watched GT Live. But for real, I don't know. I feel like if Matt, my opinion on Matt Pat's retirement was that it was dumb. Like I get Matt wanting to like walk away from game theory, but like he could have kept being the voice. It could have just been like, I'm stepping back and just being the voice. Do you know how much effort that would actually take for him to just go into like a booth once a week to record some stuff? Like, he already is staying as in charge of as like one of the big people in the business. You know what I mean? Molotov cocktail. I don't know who that is. I'll look into them. More time with his child, and he gets into politics. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with him. I think really he probably just burnt out. Although I'll be honest, I'm so much of a workaholic that the idea of quitting when you get a, I feel like the idea of quitting when you have a job like streaming or content creation is insane. Like that's the kind of thing people would literally like murder for. And it's almost insulting to like someone would even think about quitting. Like step back for sure, but like completely quit. Actors don't do that. Like you're burnt out on it, change your direction a little bit, but like completely quit act. You know what I mean? But okay, cool. I'll be honest, if you heard me for a second there, it's because I opened up my browser to copy their name down in a tab to go look at later. They're in Diverse Hearts. I have a couple friends in Diverse Hearts. But his Met Pet isn't going to do that. He doesn't half-ass it. It's either all or nothing. Yeah, I'm just saying, he sat and expanded it like a business. And like the thing is you can like I could even understand if you wanted to only be in like odd what I don't know. I've had this conversation with so many people, and it's generally been just a Cell. You just shut up, Cell. Is the general gist I get out of it. Because like I said, to me, I will like if barring like bar if I had success, I will. If I get to the point where this is a job for me, I'm going to die on stream. That's my plan. If I get to a point where I can actually like live off stream and I don't have to be quote unquote realistic about it anymore or like content creation, I will die on camera. That's my actual like plan for life. You know what I mean? Like I retirement is for people who do it's for people who like I don't know. You don't retire from dream jobs. If you get a dream job, you die working. That's how I feel about stuff like that. Like people like like think about like big people like Stan Lee or Walt Disney or I don't know, I could go on. A lot of actors, they just keep working whatever they can get a hold of until they're gone. You know? A lot of musicians are like that. Like, you can change your whole plan around your, like, life plan kind of. You like if it gets hard, you can do it less. There's like you can change your like format, you can change stuff. I just don't get the whole quitting if you're like have success in like something fun like that, especially when you're the one in charge. Like, if you don't like how it's working, change it. You're in charge. Hi, Sai. But yeah, Molotov cocktail. I will 100% put them on my list of people to go look into. Cause yeah, like I said, I want to start. I would love to keep going with the Sullivanites. They're kind of hard to keep up with, honestly, just because it's a lot of required networking. But I, why? But yeah, I still have a few more friends that I can invite on. I will 100% possibly get them on my list of people to invite. But yeah, that's why I'm always like so gung ho about people asking for people to invite, because you know, I like I said, I'm just so I'm so afraid of being like parasocial or weird that I feel like I just need an excuse to talk to people sometimes. Um, because I feel like I've felt uncomfortable every single time I met anybody famous. Like, I've met Rhett Link, I have met multiple celebrities. Like, I have met George Lucas, uh I've met Vin Diesel, I have met uh Christina V, I've met, I don't know, there's probably a handful more. But every single time I meet like celebrity type people, I just end up feeling like more uncomfortable than I am like happy. Okay, Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse. I was more just in shock that I was suddenly meeting Iron Mouse. To be honest, I was like, "It's Iron Mouse, my Oshi." You know, like genuinely, Iron Mouse is why I am a VTuber right now. So, you know, like genuinely, before Iron Mouse and Trash Taste, the Trash Taste podcast, I thought VTubing was an AI thing. Entirely because of Kizuna AI's name. I thought because her name was AI that she was an AI program meant to basically take jobs away from streamers. And I didn't even look at VTubing ever. And was she ever actually AI? No, she wasn't. AI or Ai? Kizuna AI, but like pronounced Ai, is a Japanese name. Her name is Kizuna Ai, not Kizuna AI. It's Kizuna Ai. Ai is a name. It's an actual like famous Japanese name. Not famous, common Japanese name that I just never had seen in anime. So I assumed that meant she was AI because she was a anime girl content creator. Oops. And that like put me off of even ever looking at VTubing. And so so I was a fan of, surprisingly enough, when it comes to, I had really uh Neurosub is a whole other conversation that we could kind of get to if you'd like. But we'll come back to Neurosama because I really like Neurosama. Uh So if he actually like turned back to, I was a big fan of Aki Dearest, Funny enough, I was a fan of Aki Dearest because of Gaijin Goomba, and I was a fan of Gaijin Goomba because he was my favorite person from Game Theory. So, because of Game Theory, I became a VTuber in a certain sense. But I'd never heard of any of the other Trash Taste boys other than like at all. I'd never heard of any of them. The only reason I even know who they were was because they did a collab with Aki Dearest, because I had somehow never seen any of her videos with Joey, her boyfriend, the anime man, ever. Didn't even know that she had a boyfriend or anything like that, and I was a fan of her content. No, like I just somehow missed every video with Joey in it. And so apparently I wasn't that big of a fan of her, I guess. But I was a fan of her, and she was a guest on Trash Taste. So I went back and watched, she was like episode 3. So I went back and watched the rest of Trash Taste and just started watching Trash Taste. Went and watched the rest of the boys from Trash Taste as well. And then they started talking about Connor with Iron Mouse. And then also Maury Calliope was on, and then K-Sign, and that's how I got into VTubing. Is I went and looked up Iron Mouse because they had an episode about VTubers, and then Connor started talking about hanging out with Iron Mouse. And I got so into VTubers from there that I became one. But no, I really like Neurosama, and I think Neurosama wouldn't work for a lot of people, but especially me, if Beetle wasn't on stream as much as he is, because the content is less AI content creator, hi Ski Guy, and it's more like come hang out while somebody makes AI work. The AI is a person, but like the creator is there taking notes on how she's doing, and it's almost more like kind of like a making a game. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different because also Neurosama isn't open to the public or anything like that. Like the content is Vidal making Neurosama better and better. That's part of the content. You know what I mean? Like you can sit like if you can jump between her like streams in or their stream, I guess, because it's her and of Neuro and Vidal, and you can track her getting more smart and intelligent and better at talking. And so it's kind of like, it genuinely is kind of like her development is part of the content. So it's part of why I really like Neuros. Also, she's funny. But that's why the fact that she's AI doesn't bother me. Like AI doesn't bother me. Because like there's a difference between like the Markiplier. I'm going to use Markiplier as an example. Markiplier made a bunch of videos where he would have Chat GPT write stories that he would read, and he like it was like or like finishing his sentence, he would and just see how crazy it would go. Like that was fine use of AI because the content was kind of the AI, but it was also like there was other stuff to it versus those AI videos where it's fully written, voiced, and produced by like some chatbot thing that's just reading out Reddit posts. Sort of mainstay in the VTubing scene despite never wanting to. He's like a cat that doesn't want cuddles, and all these VTubers try to cuddle him. I know, right? She's not trying to shipping Beetle with Annie or Camilla. Yeah. uh they always seem so fun. I love the vibe of just like Neuro's dynamic with anybody is just always amazing. But yeah, yeah, it's kind of funny to be. I am not lost on the irony of being a robot VTuber who is against AI, though. Like, Just like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like there's a sense of irony there. Just yeah. I don't want anyone else muscling into my territory. Capiche? Like I'm a mob boss of Android VTubers. Um, but yeah, the selfie mafia. Actually, I was watching a thing earlier about somebody who is trying to make a mafia game, like a tabletop RPG, where you actually had to like manage your family's secret and had to like actually like you actually had to like manage like a whole family kind of a thing. Like everyone had to collectively play a faction in like a whole faction system as well as being characters individually. I want to see a Narrow Cinder collab again because it's gonna get funny when Neuro gets the internet. Oh, the thing is I believe Neuro already has some level of access to the internet. Like I know Neuro has a full access to Discord. So I love the I did see the video of Neuro like basically picking up on some of the Cinder stuff way early. I thought that it's really fun to watch. OnlyFans. The funny part is that I didn't hear about Project Melody at all until V Shoujo. Same with Zentreya or any of the other VTubers. Legitimately, order of VTubers I heard of: Kizuna Ai, Mori Calliope, and or Iron Mouse. K-Side. Then the rest of V Shoujo. Then like the rest of VTubing kind of randomly. Like basically in that order. I guess other VTubers that I did find pretty early on and have watched a bunch were I did watch Taiga a little bit. Bungo Taiga, just because I looked up femboy VTuber at one point. Um, so yeah, they were probably one of the first VTubers I also found. Once I started actually like looking into them. Who else? I'm not sure, honestly. I could probably go pop onto my Twitter and scroll all the way down to the bottom of my following and actually tell you exactly who I found when, roughly. But I've noticed that a bunch of newer VTubers all react to the same starting content. Yeah, it's because of waves. So it's kind of when it comes to any sort of hobby that's not like that is niche, you have waves of things that get people into it. So like the first wave, of course, is probably Kizuna Ai. That is the one that got most people's favorite VTubers into VTubing. So wave one was Kizuna. The funny part is Kizuna Ai is not even part of wave one. So you have Kizuna AI, and then you have wave one, which is Hololive English Mythic. That's like Mori Calliope, Gargura, Ame, blah 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 blah, Takanashi Kira, Ina. Um, then you also have Iron Mouse, Buff Pup, Zentreya, Project Melody. They're all wave one. Sure, like in Kizuna Ai, this is for English, by the way. Technically, Japan had like another decade of stuff before this in between that some people in wave one were also inspired by, aside from Kizuna Ai. But if we're going with like English speaking VTubing, wave one was like Iron Mouse, Zentreya, Buff Pup, and Hololive English, first wave. Then wave 2 is Niji Sanji English, a ton of other people, but they are people who saw that English was working for VTubing and jumped in. They're not the people who started in when I don't know if Bao is in that wave. I'm only saying people I know for a fact were in what wave. But then you have like the wave 2, which is people who saw mostly Hololive and were like, we can do this. And so then they started streaming. I have no idea how the bots are getting through the filters, Mac. They always do. It's a tragedy that's how Twitch works. And then you have wave 3, which are the people inspired by people in wave 1 and early wave 2. And that's where I'm at. I am a wave 3 VTuber, but we're already probably on like wave 4 or 5 realistically. But maybe more. I have no idea what wave we're on anymore of people getting into VTubing. People honestly, the longer these waves go, though, with any of these niche things, the less distinct they are, because it stops being like people have very obvious influence. Oh, the viewer bots. They might be blocked out from everybody else but the moderation staff. Anyway, what? But yeah, the longer like waves of introduction for anything goes, the less distinct they are, because it starts just becoming like cultural awareness starts becoming saturated and people start actually just knowing it. So yeah. Like I said, it at this point, if you were to suddenly become a YouTuber, you're not like a wave 15 YouTuber anymore. Even though like there is very distinct early waves of YouTube. Instead, if you were to be like instead you just become a YouTuber and there is no more waves because it's so saturated that everyone's influences are from across everything. Now it kind of fizzled out. You know what I mean? It's a good way to think about it is if you like throw a rock into a pond and eventually the waves get so far out that they sort of flatten out and disappear and the waves stop happening. Does that make sense? Because if he did with the you know what my favorite videos are? The ones where Vital actually, like, some of my favorite clips from Neurosama though is the ones where Vital actually sits down and talks about the ethics of if Neurosama was to become like a real actually like a real person, and whether or not she might already be there with Neuro or pretty close. Like, have you ever seen those? There's a bunch of clips, and those are some of my favorite because they really show like how much he actually kind of cares about it at this point. He just says filtered, and you know it was the wildest shit. Yeah. Like I said, Neuro's really fun. I really like Neuro. I really like a. I don't know. I love VTubing. I love a lot of the big content creators. I know most of my friends don't watch bigger VTubers at all. But in fact, if you were to go and ask like Sil and Pokey and them like who they watch content creator wise, I don't think they'll list off a single VTuber. I think they would jump straight to like, oh yeah, we watch Kaisenet and I Show Speed and Moist Critical and blah 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 blah. Right? So you know what I mean? So, and I find that interesting that I'm like the one of the only ones of my like friend group who actually watches other VTubers. 'Cause, like, I think they mostly just watch their friends when it comes to VTubers. I don't think they actually care about watching the big people. And in fact, actually, the only time we ever hear Syl, like, really wanting to talk about other VTubers that we do not actually, like, know is, is when, it's, like, drama about some dumb thing, and then she wants to have all the tea. And this isn't me be shitting on Syl at all. She is my friend. I really do not like Asmongold. I will go ahead and say this. I actually did like him for a while, but recently I have kind of any sort of goodwill he had from me is gone. Like he has made it so that I can't like him anymore. I actively dislike Asmongold. I think he's a I kind of think he's a bad person. You know, welcome back, Cyber. But yeah, as far as content creators I go, I still watch I watch Iron Mouse. I watch Connor. I watch a lot of those people. Uh Actually, I'll be honest, I watch very few live action people, flesh tubers. Like I will watch YouTube from flesh tubers, but when it comes to stream, I just like never watch anybody. Oh, no politics. Yeah, that is technically one of the rules. I I will say that rule isn't enforced when I'm talking about politics, but the big part is that like when I stop talking about politics, we have to stop talking about politics. That's uh that's kind of the be all end all on that as a rule, I would say. Yeah, no, I know I do know who you're talking about, madam. Like, I'm actually genuinely curious. Hold on. Who is the biggest non-VTuber that I have watched? Uh, let's see here. Like, actually watched on Twitch. I'm only looking at people who are live right now. Uh, well, no one? Okay, yeah, no one. The answer is no one. Rubber Ross. I watched Rubber Ross. He's kind of a flesh tuber. He's also sort of an honorary VTuber, so I don't know how much he actually counts, but Rubber Ross. I don't know. Growing up, I was always kind of in team like reality is boring. Why would I want to watch stuff that's more similar to real life? Like when I was a kid, like legitimately, the I didn't watch anything live action really until I was in high school. It was cartoons only. And then once I got into high school, I started watching some sitcoms in addition to some sitcoms and some drama actiony type shows in addition to cartoons. But genuinely, I was a cartoons only kid for like my entire life, pretty much, and still kind of am. Just like I don't know, live action sucks. It's so much less worse and less creative than what you can do with animation. I used to watch a lot of content creators and flesh tubers, flesh VTuber, but I started to get burnt out. Uh, I mean, I still watch people. I honestly, I just don't have time to watch people as much anymore. Like, honestly, if you, I don't know if anyone notices, but like, it's pretty rare for me to even show up in my friends' streams. I mostly just open tabs and lurk, and because I end up just doing a lot of stuff, especially with my current schedule of basically being nocturnal. Because like I wake up at 2 o'clock and go to bed at 6 a.m. because I pretty much because I work from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and I don't go to bed until like 7 p.m. when I get home, and it's like sleep from 7 till like 2. You know, so like yeah, I don't exactly I don't exactly have a lot of time. Like I wake up and a bunch of the VTubers that I actually watch are already ending or are like they're on the last bits of their stream for the day cuz and then all of my friends stream when I have to stream, so it's like, well, can't watch any of you. And then I'm at work when the people who I used to watch are streaming, so like Iron Mouse is usually streaming. Like I used to watch Iron Mouse a bunch, and Iron Mouse streams the entire time I'm at work. So it's like, no watching streamers for me. But yeah, but yeah, yeah, why? Um, crying in a corner. Why? Why? Why crying in a corner? Um, but yeah, no, but yeah. Oh, time to be crying in a ah. It works out for me though. Like genuinely, I can kind of just sit and vibe. I can still watch YouTube and stuff. So I mean, I still somehow find time to do that. So, eh. Um, but yeah, yeah. Before stream, I was watching a bunch of videos about people like refurbishing arcades. I like I said, I would really kill for like an arcade cabinet. I kind of wonder why more people don't make arcade games still. I get the idea of it is that like obviously that's like it's not like a big money maker anymore, but like people do like limited run stuff all the time. And the only limited run thing that I ever see people do is like pinball machines in that sort of vibe. Cause like so like but like people do limited run stuff all the time. I always just question why nobody ever does like a $2,000 limited run arcade cabinet. Like for like an indie game. There's a lot of indie games that you could theoretically do that with. You know? Either indie games or even some mobile games. And you could just do like limited run arcade release, and whoever buys it, that is how many you make. Just make to order like the makeshift plushies and stuff, you know? Something like that. I could see it in my head how that could work. And I'm like, I'm just shocked that that doesn't exist. Cause like it seems like that would, you know, maybe not like make a ton of money, but like arcade cabinets are not that hard to make anymore. Plywood, screen, art, uh some slight software modding to make it coin operated, which for real would not take very long at all. And like a modder could easily do that probably in like a weekend. And voila, you have a new arcade game, and then you just put it up for pre-order, whatever, like purchase only, and now you have arcade cabinets. And then you could go see like I don't know, but I feel like arcades are probably gonna go away as soon, because like as much as like I love going to like barcades, like I kind of can't imagine that's gonna be around in like 30 years. You know, stuff is only gonna be good for so long, and they're not making new ones, so you know. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think about stuff like that a lot. Mostly because like I never got to live in that era, but that era was so heavily marketed to me as a kid. Like, go to the arcade, Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid, boy. You know what I mean? So like I always just wanted to go to places like that, and then I lived too far out in the middle of nowhere to ever be able to do that. So maybe that's why I'm like so like, man, because I feel like I missed out on something that I really wanted to like go do. You know what I mean? Anyway, arcades are rad, kids. Buy pizza. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Okay, have I told you guys this? I haven't brought the story up in forever. It was not that long ago, but I actually almost bought a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic set because I found a full auction of the Chuck E. Cheese animatronic set, like the stage performer animatronics, for sale on Facebook Marketplace for $1,000 when I had $1,000. And I was like, I want this. And I brought it up to people and they're like, why would you want that? And I'm I could make them do stuff. I could uh I could make a barcade and actually they didn't come with the shell either. It was just the skeletons underneath. And I'm like, I could make them into Five Nights at Freddy's for like an internet barcade type of thing that I could open. And everyone's like, no, why would you do that? And I'm like, dude, it'd be cool. I you can't tell me that that wouldn't be awesome. Five Nights at Selfies. Or yeah, like imagine if I had IRL animatronics and I just made them out to be like animatronic versions of like me, Sil, Pokey, and Novi off the top of my head. Just like you could take that to them to conventions and be like, go watch us live on Twitch. Come on, that would be so cool. I I I wanted it so bad. I I had the idea to I never pursued this at all other than realizing I probably could do it. But at one point I really thought about doing something I was going to call was Selvion's VTuber portal, and basically just have it be a meet and greet thing that I could take to conventions, and I could sit in my hotel room and be a guest at conventions with some friends. You know the way the meet and greets for VTubers normally work? Because I realized I had all the stuff that I could go do that myself if I really wanted to. And I never went through with like planning it any more than that. But I have genuinely thought about but I do think that that would be kind of a that's just sort of a related idea just for conventions. I always want to travel. I would love to travel more and do stuff like that. I feel like that's also a really good way to get promote yourself probably, you know, just because then sure you have people who might be excited to see you at a convention, but you'll have a ton of people who've never heard of you, and they'll have they can potentially get brief interactions and blah 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 blah. But yeah. Uh uh yeah. I need to actually start working on getting to go to TwitchCon here pretty soon, actually. Like TwitchCon is sooner than You would then you know, you'd think, because TwitchCon is in September. Like, apparently there is only 6 days left of the early bird discount of getting your TwitchCon ticket. So that sucks. That I'm probably gonna have to pay full price because I'm not gonna have money for that yet. But yeah, apparently we're at a point where I'm already having to be like, oh god, how am I gonna do TwitchCon? Because man, I love TwitchCon. I have to do TwitchCon every year. Yeah, no, it's been September since last year. Sigh. Last year it was in September, and this year it's in. I still can't believe. I'm actually super bummed that it's just staying in San Diego. I've been to San Diego. San Diego's a cool place, but like I don't know. I feel like the last time I was there, I feel like I had seen everything I was like interested in other than the San Diego Zoo. To go to one in Europe one day? Yeah, no, they have the European one all the time. I am still gunning for the fact that they've my first TwitchCon, they heavily implied they were thinking about doing a TwitchCon Asia in either Australia or Japan. And the fact that TwitchCon Asia never happened, I know that Australia is not technically Asia, but you know what I mean. The fact that that never happened and it's been like 3 years is upsetting because it's like that would have been so cool. I would have just gone to that one. Give me an excuse to go to like Tokyo or Australia. I actually would love to go to Australia. Australia seems really cool. Go see the roos. You know, I love the Australian accent. The Australian accent makes me happy. Like genuinely, it just something about the Australian accent and the New Zealand accent. They just make me so happy to hear every single time. You could not pay me enough to visit that land of monstrosities and heat. I live in a place with similar levels of heat, and I'm pretty sure that whatever hotel I would stay in Australia would be able to keep the spiders out. Like, I'm pretty sure they're going to clean up enough that I don't have to worry about the spiders. You know what I mean? Like, I would be, if you were like, go live in Australia, I'd be like, I don't know, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, the bugs are scary. I'd have to think about it. But hotel room is fine. So, I, the outside world, where am I gonna go that I'd interact with like poisonous animals? From the hotel to the convention center? In a restaurant? I don't think there's gonna be poisonous spiders that I'm just or snakes or anything that I'll encounter in that sort of time frame. Might be attacked by wild koalas. Oh, you mean drop bears? Nah, nah, I don't think I'll be attacked by a drop bear. They make really loud noises. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I'd hear them. Also, they sound terrifying. Drop bears. Drop bears sound real scary. But yeah, no, and they're all drunk out of their minds anyway. I'm not that worried about a koala or a drop bear. But for real, I'm just not scared of Australia. I think Australia's fine. If you were to be like, go out in the bush, go out in the bush, mate, I'd be like, no. But in like a city in Australia, I'd be like, sure, why not? Let's hang out. Let's do some stuff. You know what I mean? Like that just seems fine. I don't know why. I feel like everyone is over afraid of Australia. Cause like, I don't know, people live there. I feel like people on average don't let scary things live where they live. And you know something that I find really funny is that in Australia, they're afraid of America because America has bears. Bears and mountain lions and wolves, and Australia's like, we don't have that. We don't have big predators like that. They're scary. And I'm like, no, there's like one of them for every like 100 everything else. They're so rare. Like I have lived in like the mountains before, like in the middle of nowhere, and have never seen a bear. Bears aren't even scary. Moose, sure, that's an eldritch horror deer, but bears, nah. No, 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 no. Bears are kind of scary. Not like a black bear. A grizzly bear, scary. Yeah, a grizzly bear will do what it wants. They're unpredictable. They're not afraid of humans. They're apex predators. Like nothing's getting them. I'm not a wolverine. Wolverines are the only animal in America that can fight a grizzly bear. That's actually the whole point of Wolverine's character in Marvel, is because Wolverines are a little they're just like a very large badger that looks kind of messed up, honestly. They're just a large scary badger, basically, relative of the badger. And they fight grizzly bears and win because they are so vicious and they have such tough skin that you can't get they can't like get bit through by a bear. Culinary school for neurodivergent individuals. That'd be really cool. But yeah, that's why Wolverine is called that, is because he is 5'5" and a vicious little dude, and just like, yeah, I'll mess him up. Or but I think he's 5'3" actually. Wolverine is tiny. He is supposed to be small. That's part of the why he's called Wolverine. And the funny part is so many people think he's a wolf guy. He's not a wolf guy. It's a Wolverine is an actual animal. Like Americans, but like Americans are like don't even know what Wolverines are because they're so rare here. But and they're from here. Oh, woo, said the weasel. Yeah. But yeah, Wolverines are like honey badgers from Africa. That's a good thing to like good comparison. You watch those videos on honey badgers like messing with lions and stuff like that, and bees, and just casually eating like black mamba snakes because they're just like immune to everything, super violent and angry and smart. Oh, I didn't know Wolverines were even in Europe. I thought that was an America only thing. Uh, but yeah, the only thing that can fight a grizzly bear is a Wolverine. So, like, I I wouldn't want to mess with a grizzly bear. Is there ways to survive a grizzly bear? Sure. I don't know if you'd want to. Like, I'd rather just not be in that situation to begin with, personally. But like, but the thing is that they're just so rare. They are scary. Moose, the reason moose are more scary is because they're more common. Like, I could go hike in the woods for a few hours and eventually I'm more likely to stumble upon a moose. And moose will mess you up. I don't like moose. But they're like it's like fucking a Canadian moose is like 10 feet tall, like 3 tons, and will casually walk through a car if they wanted to. Like, yeah, no, moose are scary. I have some funny moose stories from IRL, and I don't know how well. I when I lived rurally for a little while, I actually had an instance where a moose moved into my neighborhood in the suburbs and just crashed on people's lawns and was just eating everyone's lawns. And I had to go to school and catch the school bus at the end of the road while there was a wild moose just living in my little suburb that I lived in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, that was a time. I had gone to the local convenience store to get I I actually went to get ice cream and then ice because Mom Vion is obsessed with Pebble Ice and refuses to use ice from the ice maker in the fridge. But so she always has everyone go to the convenience store and get the ice bucket thing, like the little the mega gulp, the big gulps, the super huge cups of Pebble Ice. And anyway, I was walking home with ice and ice cream and stuff in the middle of summer, and I made full eye contact with a full adult moose just eating one of my neighbor's lawns. Full eye contact, just freeze like it's a T-Rex. Wait for it to go back to eating grass, and then slowly, quietly walk as slow as I could back to my house, keeping direct eyes on the moose the whole time. It was terrible. For real, I straight up like T-Rexed a moose. It was that is an actual IRL cell story. Moose mean business. But yeah, I T-Rexed a moose. You know, like Jurassic Park. Their vision is based on movement. Why? Hey, Coconut, look at me. How are you? Yeah, no, they're always like the T-Rex's vision is based on movement. If you don't move, they can't see you. And it's just like I don't think any animal on Earth has vision based on movement. But things like mooses and rhinos have vision that's so bad that if you just hold still, you go out of focus, and they're like, "Oh, okay." Serotonin. Boy, I. But yeah, Oh, so not this week, but starting next week, we're gonna have a schedule, and I am going to put a free one for free. But yeah, next week I'm gonna put an ASMR stream on the schedule, so we'll have a full ASMR stream next week. I'm just gonna try it out to see if how I feel about it. I have some Magic the Gathering cards I want to open in big boxes. Oh my god, my mom's TV is playing Wonderwall. Oh god, oh fuck. So maybe you wanna be the one that saves me. 'Cause after all, you're my Wonderwall. I don't know if you like or dislike that song, but I kind of like that song. Uh, Maybe we'll do another karaoke stream too. That might be fun. I unironically like it. Good. I genuine karaoke. Yeah, we haven't done a karaoke stream in a while. Like, I actually don't even remember the last time we did a karaoke stream. Like, actually, like, I'm curious when the last time, like, wait. I could just search. What am I doing? Karaoke. Okay. The best way to do karaoke to like search is this way. So uh oh, the last time we did karaoke was in January. So maybe we'll do another karaoke stream soon too. Now I want to sing, but I don't want my mom to see me having fun. Aw, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I love karaoke. I always have like a really good time doing those streams. I don't expect anybody to anybody else to like really like love them like I do, but I just love doing those. And also I have a thing that gives me stage reverb. I love karaoke. Yo, let's go. But yeah, no, I actually have a plugin now that I can turn on for stage reverb, so I can actually like I can sound a little bit better. I actually okay, so I I really want to actually take like sounds so cool. I know, right? I actually want to take a class on doing like the trans singing so that I can maybe sing sounding more femme. Because I know I'm positive I can't I don't sound very femme when I sing. But that is a thing I have actually sat and thought about. I feel you, girl. Yeah, because I I feel like I have a pretty androgynous voice, but then like singing, it's like it's just kind of hard to actually like keep up for like a full like thing. And it's just like, what about if I have to go higher pitched than, but I'm already like, if I've raised my pitch, having to go higher pitched than that, that's like hard. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely could not sing Take On Me and still trying to sound femme because it would just be like, just like trying to make sounds that only dolphins can hear. Just like, take just like, I can't close my throat enough to make that high enough pitch. Ah, God. I don't even know if the bike's picking that up. But yeah, apparently there's like a trick to it. But I need to, like I said, I need to go get like a class or something. Uh, but yeah. See, that's how high pitched I'm trying to get. Like, it's hard. Just I can't just try to make a note that's like that high pitched is hard. Um but yeah. But yeah, like I said, I've thought about taking a class, but all the classes are expensive and I am so very frequently without money. You know my issues with money, all of you. I've brought it up enough on stream. Sell poor, but it's almost like it's almost back to the sell is doing okay range, but you know, I probably still shouldn't immediately drop all my money on doing something like that. Uh, but yeah, maybe we but yeah, maybe we'll throw a karaoke stream on the docket here pretty soon. You know, something I've actually tried to do is I've tried to get some friends interested in doing karaoke with me, but no one wants to do karaoke. The only person I have gotten to like be interested in is Novella. And so like it was just like I don't know. I'm just like I want people invited. Uh, yeah, I mean, if you want to be on for karaoke, I'd be happy to have you. I'd be happy to. Honestly, you're also a stream. You know what, Mac? Give Coconut a shout out. I. But yeah, you're also a streamer. I should invite you to do stuff. Eat back? No, I'll cry. uh. Alright, would you come to sing karaoke? I'm singing. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it throw in like VR chat or something. But yeah, it's just like I was just gonna say I should invite you to do something at some point, Coconut. Um my boss has spoken. Sorry, Coco. uh yeah, go check out Coco. They're great. They're adorable. But anyway. Uh I want to, like I said, I want to try doing more stuff, but we're gonna be doing like a proper schedule here pretty soon, I think. So hopefully I'm really hoping that'll do something. Cause cause like I'm kind of tired of I get this a lot where people are like surprised I'm streaming early when I'm streaming at my regular time and stuff like that. And it's just like I don't know how I feel about that. I'm back on a kick of wanting to like see what I can improve. Especially since I have like I am gonna have some more money coming in, so I'll be able to maybe pay to get some stuff improved if I need to. So early, it's almost 11. Hi Bongo. I So yeah, no, for a while, people were claiming I was streaming early when I streamed at my regular time at 7. Like, and then my regular time now is 5 p.m. and it's 7 now, and I technically was late to start stream. And it's just like, oh no, I'm like, I'm gonna get a new schedule. That's a big thing on my list. Um, and like also next week we're gonna do an ASMR stream. I'm gonna try at doing an ASMR stream. I hesitate to do. And also next week we are going to try simulcasting to YouTube. We're gonna see how that goes. But yeah, as far as like karaoke goes, like I said, I've been trying to get friends to do like a karaoke stream with me for a while. No one ever wants to, but yeah, no one ever wants to, but one of these days I'll get everyone to sign on. Actually, I probably should have looked at what that call was before I rejected it. Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I was getting invited to go see Superman with Dijon. Um, uh, but yeah, I told them that like, hey, I'm already streaming. If you want to go tomorrow, I'll make plans to actually go. But a little late today. That's a lie because you never call. I'm sorry, but Bongo, if I remember right, so maybe I didn't like ask you specifically, but I know you were there when I was asking like the friend group broadly to do karaoke. Because like I swear I asked you, Novella, or I asked like you were there when I asked like Novella, Sil, Pokey, and you were included in that to do like a karaoke group thing, and that would be really fun. So like maybe okay, maybe you were interested in it, but like I said, I couldn't get everyone to agree. I guess I could just invite you on for karaoke. I mean, that's also perfectly valid. I say that almost as if that's like bad. I didn't mean it that way. But you know what I mean. Just I was specifically thinking about the time though when I invited like the whole group on, and I was like, "Yeah, let's go do karaoke, guys. Let's do a karaoke stream. It'd be so fun." I was even like, we could throw alcohol into it, even if you guys really were like afraid to sing in public. I'm just looking for an excuse to sing again. You know what? Totally valid. All right, I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, no, I'm gonna try to. I want to. I'm gonna try to schedule some stuff out more, and I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this a little bit more regular, and maybe we'll try to get some more collabs in. Like I said, I'm in a big vibe right now where I'm like, I want to put in more effort. You know, so probably should get on inviting people to Cell of a Night again, and I want to do some more collabs. Like I got Peak. I want to play Peak with somebody or multiple somebodies. Uh, I really want to play. I have I have a specific mod for Repo I really want to play, but also I really want to play Repo with the new updates. Uh, Peak looks like a lot of fun. What's the max player count? I think it's like 4, but I don't actually know. I mean, I have the game. I could just Peak. Uh, uh, Player count. It does not say. It does not say. Thank you for the care package, Zyber. I will do that. Let me finish looking up Peak real quick. Peak player limit 4. It's only 4. Oh, but there is a mod that expands it beyond 4, so it doesn't need to be 4. That's just the base game. All right, care package stretch, stretchy stretch, posture check, hydrate. Hi, but yeah, like I said, I really want to play Peak. I want to play bought a bunch of games specific, like kind of recently that I wanted to play with other people, and I'm like trying to think of what they were. Uh, I don't know. I feel like that would take me a minute to actually sit and go through all my games. I have like 1,000 games on Steam, but I also really want to do an archipelago stream. I think that would be really fun. To those who do not know, it's like a randomizer, but it is a randomizer shared across multiple people's games. And there's only a set limit a number of games you can actually play with Archipelago, but I just think that that would be so fun to do an Archipelago playthrough of anything with some friends. Like we all pick a different game from the Archipelago game list and we just all have to stream at the same time and like, you know what I mean? I think that would be really fun. Uh let's see. I still really want to play Mario Party Jamboree with some people. Nobody has it though. I got all excited and uh even the friends who do have it, like Sill's like, I'm gonna get it for Switch too. And I'm like, don't, because then we can't play together. Why would you do that? Get the game for Switch so that we can actually do the thing that the reason I was trying to. And then she's like, you should just get a Switch 2 and get it on that. And I'm like, but I don't have a Switch 2 and I have the game on Switch. What do you mean? uh but yeah, I'm trying to think of what the other game was. I got it oh wait, I can sort by type. Uh when was it? Date added to library. Okay, that'd be way faster, wouldn't it? What is the other game that I just got that I wanted to play with friends? Um, all right, I'm not saying it. Dang it. Oh well, whatever. But yeah, no, like I said, I had a bunch of games that I wanted to do. I wanted to do with like as a collab, but I never knew who to invite on for. It's a cutie. What? Yeah, I know, you're here. uh, but yeah, so like I said, we're gonna start doing some more like scheduley stuff, and I'm gonna try to do some more. I want to do more things, and I want to do, like I said, we're gonna start doing more of these just chatting before we play games to try to get a little bit more personality in the stream. I'm watching one. What? Um. What? Um. But yeah. Yeah. Um. Also, I still also want to go back and we need to finish Metal Gear. As soon as we finish Claire, like really want to go finish the Metal Gear franchise. I like I don't know why like it's gonna bug me. Just too many games came out and I'm like I can't just miss out on games, new games that are really cool. Although at this point it's been so long since we played Peace Walker, I might just go ahead and put it like as a thing people can vote on for future instead of it being like in the schedule. Like if people want me to go back and finish the rest of them. But I like I said, I don't know about I've kind of been on the fence about like just sitting down and playing through the entirety of games anymore. I don't know. I kind of feel like I've burnt out on that for a minute a little bit. Kind of just want to do a bunch of random fun stuff. You know, Heaven Divide. What is that song? Uh Google. When it comes to music, nobody like I have no idea how to describe. Oh wait, from Peace Walker. Okay, it's the Peace Walker theme. Okay, okay, I know what this is now. But yeah, when it comes to my taste in music, it is best described as weird and obscure indie stuff that no one else listens to. Like, I don't know how to describe my taste in music to anybody. Like, let's see here. Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna be brave. Do you guys want to see my like current liked songs list? Name a song I don't think someone will have heard of. Okay, hold on. Give me like 1 second. Uh, do I have anything that would dox me on here? No. No, I think we are good. I think we're good. Okay. All right. This is suddenly slightly scary, but let's go. My liked songs list. We got Feminems. We got The Waitress. We have Girls Ritual, Rio Romeo, Weezer, Girls Rituals, The Limousines, Bugles, Megan, Elias, Laney Tripp, Alex Bloom. I don't remember what this is. It's Japanese and I liked it. I actually based Lamau. Yo! Gosh diggity, Arcane Anthems and Forgotten Adventures. That doesn't even sound like two bands. That sounds like a D&D book. Uh, Arcane Anthems. Doesn't that actually wait? Like genuinely, doesn't that sound like a? These two together sounds like a D&D book. Arcane Anthems and Forgotten Adventures. Um, you fan of sea shanties? I like sea shanties. Mother, Jer. This is BB No Money. Shadow Academy, Matt's Graham, Pop Not Soda, Marino, Bear Ghost, Glenn Yarbo, Jack's Toy, uh, Jake Neutron, Louis Zong. That he's pretty popular nowadays. I see a bunch of stuff with him. BB No Money again. The Pity Party Girls Club. I actually got turned on to this band by my friend O Girls. Base music list so far. I don't know. In Corday, Hololive, The Talks Hards, Red Vox, Waitress again, Worthy Kids, who is my current favorite band and YouTuber. You know, Oh Girls? Yeah. She covers she did a bunch of covers of Pity Party Girls Club. And so now I listen to their music because she made me like their music. So um Louis Zong and Worthy Kids. Ghost. I started listening to Ghost recently. Uh my favorite song by Ghost is the Square Hammer. I am on the square. I am on the level. Right here, right now. Anyway, Spose. I like Spose. Marley B. Greaves and DJ Hoppa. The Pleasantries, Living Tombstones, Tom Payton, Carter Vale, Professor Elemental, Maury Calliope. Like I said, how many of these are you guys recognizing? Very few, probably. Living Tombstones. Marino, Bug Hunter, Adam Tilzer. The thing is I don't even know half of these people. I've just found specific songs I liked and threw them on a playlist. Raccoon Tour, Matt's Graham, Johnny Jash, uh, The Minute Hour, uh, Gorillas, Justin Oval, Rare Americans, Violet Pony, thought it sounded familiar, but surprisingly, I do have two light songs from Waitress. Right? Like, oh, Steam Powered Giraffe. I love Steam Powered Giraffe. Big fan of them. Like, really big fan. I wish they would do a concert somewhere other than the West Coast. I'm a little bit too far away from the West Coast to go to a concert. How about Glory Hammer? I don't know if I have them on here. Oh, I'm showing off my music taste because it's weird. Kind of just came up conversationally. Silly Stew. There's a McDonald's in the Pentagon. There's a McDonald's in the Pentagon. Handsome Devil. Will Wood and the Tapeworms. Presidents of the United States of America. I'm a big fan of them. Lemon Demon. Fish in a Birdcage. Watsky. I don't know how, but they found me. Lincoln. Tally Hall. Solites K-pop, not surprising. Do I have K-pop on here? I don't think I have K-pop on here. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever really listened to K-pop. I listened to some J-pop. Like, I actually started really liking Atarashi Gakko. I found about them. Not a fan of Psy. I like Psy. I only know one song from him, which is Oppa Gangnam Style. Hey, sexy lady. Oh, 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 oh. But, and then I know, wait, I kind of remember him doing one other song, but I don't think I ever listened to it more than like once or twice. Oh, this one's funny. This is just a remix got recommended to me. It's got Markiplier on it, and it's just boat dog, boat dog, boat dog, boat dog. It's just Markiplier saying boat dog over and over again. And it was in my recommended feed on Spotify, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I loved it. Yeah, people like Little V, Bear Ghost. This is one of my, I actually really like these guys. These guys keep popping up in my new releases for you. DJ Cutman. Yeah, DJ Cutman. Yeah. Let me know if you're ready for me to move on from this bit, because I'm down to whenever you guys are. Dirty Butt. Go on. Johnny Jash. Do you like Johnny Jash? I brought them up earlier. And this one, I don't know why. This one just gets in my head really bad.
All right, we're here now. What do you want? Tell me, what do you want?
Hello? Welcome to Cheeseburger Hot Dog. How can I help you?
Yeah, can I get a number one cheeseburger hot dog? No mayonnaise.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm positive this song is from something, and I have no idea what it is, but it popped up in my feeds like for forever ago, and then I was just like, this song, I just sang it for like days. Can I get a number one just for fun? Can I get a number two, just me and you? Cheeseburger hot dog, how can I help you? And yeah, so I don't know what this is from. I haven't bothered to look it up, but I love that song a lot. Baby No Money. like, you know, the funny part is I stood next to Baby No Money at TwitchCon and never knew that he was there. I didn't know who he was. Like, I discovered who he was 2 years later because I brought up that I found to Sil that I found like I was just like, "Hey, I found this new artist, Baby No Money." And she's just like, "You were in a picture with Baby No Money." And I'm like, "What?" And she shows me a picture of TwitchCon that I took of her with Baby No Money. And I didn't know who it was. And now I'm a fan, and I'm like, oh, I could have met Baby No Money. So, yeah, that happened. Baby No Picture. So yeah, Sil met Baby No Money, and I could have met Baby No Money, but instead Sil just happened to not discover good music before then. So anyway, uh, is Fabulous Secret Powers on there? I don't believe so. Uh, Tom Cardy, Ninja Sex Party, Rhett and Link, Sawtown. Like I said, so many of these are like the most obscure stuff because I see I had a Rhett and Link binge. Essentially, I realized I didn't have any of my Rhett and Link songs that I like on here. And I just kind of went, yeah, basically I just had a weird urge to like listen to one of the songs and I realized I had nothing from them on here. So I just went and added every song I liked. Everything's okay because I'm on vacation. I actually went and saw them live in concert. That's how I met Rhett and Link, for the record. That was one of their songs they played. Michael Sarah Palin does Sil like to read? I remember that question a minute ago. Yes. So I used to like to read a lot more than I do now. Zombina and the Skeletones. Song I played each time I go on vacation. That's awesome. But yeah, Zombina and the Skeletones is a nerd band that is so good. And like, I don't think anyone has heard of them, and they are still around. But they're like but they're apparently, since they've been around since like the 90s, and they're just like a nerdy kind of band. I love them. Sodikin, Strong Bad. I went on a phase of Strong Bad songs too. Yeah. Yo, Coco, thank you so much for the book adaptation of Alan Wake. Thank you so much. I'm actually genuinely really excited to read that because I was told that that is different than the game, but is also canon, and that's a way that is complicated to explain. Like, I'm really excited about that. I was blown away that happened. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. What? Thank you for watching Sylveon Poggers. When did I set that? Like, genuinely, I don't remember when I set that sound alert at all. That was one of my first sound alerts. I actually made that with a talk to speech GLaDOS thing, and it doesn't even sound anything like GLaDOS. Is that when? Yeah, no, I had that on. I put that on there when we were binging Alan Wake because I found out that they made a novel. Yeah, but yeah, no, this right here is 100% we were playing Alan Wake. Weezer, I swear this song is on here like 3 or 4 times. I have a lot of songs that are on here multiple times, and I need to probably go fix that. I just can't believe they let you put songs on multiple times. Power Man 5000? I don't believe so, but I don't know. Yeah, We're the Kids. Uh, yeah. Eminem, when the new Eminem album came out, I put a bunch of Eminem on here. Puddles Pity Party. This was a sad phase. Right here for a while, this is all like my most depressing music ever. Like, here, hold on. Let's just, we could just like, I could just like play you a couple clips of it. This is just like a sad boy. This is like sad girl hours. Like, yeah. And then, right? I was going through something in June of last year, apparently. Like, like it's all like so sad. Like everything I added in June is so depressing. Um. Anyway, uh, more Carter Vale. This is when I finally like sat down and like just went through Carter Vale and like listened to everything he had. Uh, Jack Stauber. Okay. Anyway, we can move on to any time. But Lacrimosa. I don't know. If you don't see it on here, I didn't either. I did or never heard it, or I either if you don't see it on here, I either never heard it or didn't like it enough to put it on here. This song right here ruined my Spotify algorithm for a while because this is like a furry electronic music, like furry culture electronic music, and everything that got recommended to me for like days after I like liked this song like was just horrendous. Uh yeah, I'm not even gonna go into how it ruined it, but I yeah. Anyway, you have good taste in music, girl. Thank you. I am glad. I'm glad some people think so. Furry electronic music, you can go look it up yourself. I just had it in my recommended feeds and was like, oh, this is pretty good. Liked it, read more about it, and saw the stuff that got recommended to me afterwards. Oh, this one was funny because I found out that, do you remember those like Pokemon Karaoke Mine from Pokemon? Like from the old Pokemon music, from the old Pokemon seasons, where they would play like a random song that was just like written for like intermissions in Pokemon. Essentially, they released an album back in the 90s, and then that album somehow ended up on Spotify because I never would have expected it to be on Spotify. So I just found it randomly, and I'm like, okay. So I have like, I'm on the road to Viridian City. Anyway. The Pillows, my beloved. I love The Pillows so much. I actually, okay, this is a spoiler for upcoming plans, okay? But like I actually have been working on plans for doing a cover song. And here's your hint. It's a Pillows song because they broke up and they're done being a band, and this was like my favorite band since I was in like middle school. Like my overall favorite band for a long time. So I was going to do a cover, have them be my first cover as a sort of a appreciation thing. Um, yeah, until I watched, this is when I watched, listened to Welcome to Night Vale for the first time. Yeah, like I said, a lot of music, a lot of it is, like I said, the thing isn't that it's bad music. I would defend that all of this is good music. The thing that I think is funny is that this is not popular music. None of this is stuff other people listen to. I will insist that everything that I listen to is weird. Like, do you know what I mean? If I'm just like, yo, if someone's like, yo, what you listening to? And I'm like, Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer, you're gonna be like, what? You know what I mean? For the record, this guy is Chat Pop. I brought up Chat Pop the other day. Uh, this is like Chat Pop. I uh, it's Chat Pop. Yeah, German Chat Pop. It's a whole genre where you just pretend to be like a British chappie. All right, bye, Coco. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it, and thank you so much again for the Alan Wake book. Um. Oh, hey, you could tell I watched right here. You could tell I watched Nacho Libre again. So I have the random like theme song from Nacho Libre. But yeah, no, I really appreciate you stopping by. Uh, Fake Type, I really love their music. Yo, that's awesome. Uh, More Tally Hall, Nyanneries, by Coco, and Me Not Leaving Was Wild. There's two Cocos. I'm sorry. Uh, Weezer, Voltaire, more Mr. B. Yeah, like I said, I listen to a lot of weird music. Yo, Soupy Garbage Juice. I love Soupy Garbage Juice. Why can't we go? Why can't we go to Donkey Town? Everything's fine being in Donkey Town. Well, we were a family in Donkey Town. In Donkey Town. Do you not know Voltaire? Hold on. Okay, wait. No, Voltaire, like the goth, like the goth musician guy. Aurelio Voltaire. Uh, okay, Soupy Garbage Juice. I know y'all have heard of some of his songs. This is the one that I think most people would know. So, I have no idea. Do 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 do. Anyway, yeah, the Voltaire is the. Oh, yeah, I kind of made it a little quiet. Hold on. Do 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 do. Fish tank gravel up there. in my coconut, my coconut. Anyway. Yeah, CP Garbage Juice, he's really big on TikTok. Series of music videos for the Labyrinth. Oh, interesting. But yeah, no, Voltaire is 100% the guy from Billy and Mandy. The uh the he he does a lot of songs. But let's see. This is when I played this is when I played I believe Bomb Rush Cyberfunk is around right here. Uh yeah, so on and so forth. Uh Look, Land of the Dead from Billy and Mandy. Like I was saying. Um some more Sodakin. Yeah. So on, so forth. Oh, we're at the end. There you go. That is my entire liked playlist on Spotify. You can slow that down if you want to. Hailstorm? I love Hailstorm. But yeah. Yeah, and here is my current karaoke playlist that I have been like I sit and practice. Hailstorm is good. How long have you had Spotify? Forever. Pretty much as long as I've been streaming, so like 5 years. So, but yeah, here's my karaoke playlist. I probably need to go update it again. But yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, I like music a lot. I go through big waves of listening to a ton of music and then listening to no music. Basically, I might have a problem, then check my own like list and saw it hit over 10,000 songs. The funny part is that if you count, I used to buy all my music and I had 40,000 purchased songs on my iTunes account from when I first got my iPod back in like 5th grade. And because I was pretty regularly wanting more music and like more like iTunes cards. Because I had an iPod, but like since I was in like elementary school. So I actually was buying songs for like 99 cents on iTunes for a long time. So like on iTunes, I purchased probably like 40,000 songs, most of which I probably got for cheap from something like 40,000. I think most of them I probably got on cheap for discounted album sales. The 99-cent song era. Yeah, but there was they would occasionally do sales, kind of like the Steam sale on iTunes, and you could buy entire albums for like $3. And there would be like 10, there'd be like 30 songs on an album. So you're 20 to 30 songs. So that's how I have so many, I will say. And I'm not happy about having a lot of those songs anymore. I still like I kind of stopped liking a lot of it. But like if I was to pull that list up, it would be mostly old music. Like genuinely like old music. Because I didn't like my taste in music was my parents' taste in music all the way until I graduated high school, pretty much. Like my parents were super into like hair metal. They were like they were into like stuff like Poison and those early 2000s music. Well, like not all of it was that way, but I was listening to like 80s and 90s rock, hard rock and metal all the way up until I was like in high school, like until I was out of high school. And I mostly calmed down on a lot of that kind of stuff. I still listen to some of that stuff too, still. But I like never listened to hip hop and rap until later. I would listen to some pop music and random songs I found on YouTube and stuff like that. And it was, like I said, I've always had quote unquote weird taste in music. So, you know what I mean? In fact, I actually tried so hard in high school to be the rock and roll kid. Like I actively tried to dress like I was in like an 80s like rock and roll band all the time. Like I actually was so disappointed because like I actually had a band in high school. I don't get to talk about that very often. But when I had a band in my band in high school, I would do stuff with other people and I would dress to the nines. I'd have like leather jackets and tight pants and stuff like that. And like I'd have my hair super long and like done up, and I'd have spikes and stuff everywhere and be like, yeah, rock and roll. And then everyone else would show up in like t-shirts and jeans. And I'm like, why are you guys so lame? And everyone's just like, why are you dressed like it's the 80s? And I'm like, this is rock and roll. Because, like I said, my exposure to music was like my parents' tastes in music. You know? So it's like, this is what I thought how you're supposed to do. I thought everyone else was being lame. Rocker girl cell. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, like I straight up had a whole I straight up had a whole metal band that I was in. I will say this is pre girl anything, I guess. Closet cell. So I it was not probably not the way you were thinking. I wish it was. That'd probably be way I think I would have liked that more. But yeah, it's kind of cool though. Yeah. Yeah, we did but yeah, my band was like my band did like Metallica and Godsmack cover songs, and we were like heavy metal, and I dressed up the part, and I would dress that way just going around school all the time. And yeah, like I said, I always just anyway, that was high school Sal. All rock and roll, trying to be rock and roll. Of course, that didn't really get me anywhere, but still kind of a fun idea. But yeah, nowadays we have a different sort of vibe. Um, but yeah, I still love singing though. I was the lead singer, so I at some point that's probably part of why I'm so big on trying to get music going for Selvion, because I'm doing a thing where I can do music again, and a lot of people do music as VTubers. So I'm like, yo, I want to release a song. I want to be doing songs again. That would be so cool. You know what I mean? But you know, that be how it be. uh Also, funny enough, I actually I got to drop the F-bomb in front of the whole school and get rushed off stage once. That was one of my top moments of one of my top moments in when I was in school is I got on stage for a talent show, and I was singing a song, and and it has the F word in it, and I forgot to to censor the F word, so I got to just just I got to just go up on stage and say fuck in front of all like everyone. And it was so funny. I'm just like, and fucking blah, 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 blah. I don't even remember what song it was. I just remember my principal rushing up to take us off stage. Like I practically got tackled off stage. And I was laughing so hard. It was so cool. But yeah. School's like talent show thing, played piano for it and rickrolled the entire school. That's awesome. I love that. Uh Yo, actually doing a rickroll would be great, actually. Um yeah, I I unironically love Rick Astley. I actually have his album, one of his albums, and it's the one that Rickroll is from, that like Never Gonna Give You Up. And every song on it is like a fake out of of Rickroll. All of his songs start off pretty similarly. Like so many of the songs on the album Rickroll is from are like start off with a do 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 do, and then it's just a different song suddenly, and you're like, what? It's so funny. It's like he's like Rickrolling you, like it's like the opposite of a Rickroll, kind of. You expect Rickroll, and it's not. It's a different Rick Astley song. Because I was allowed to make jokes about drinking beer in my school play. The funny part is that that probably would be allowed as long as I wasn't actually drinking anything. Outricked. uh, yeah, he is funny. I actually like. I do love Rick Astley. I he's genuinely a really good musician. If you go look at the rest of his music, he makes a lot. He like he does. He's a really good like singer. You know, he did he has an official. He did a cover out of popular demand of Pink Pony Club. So he did a cover of Pink Pony Club, because apparently he started doing music again like 20, 30 years later. I don't know when that looked up. Apparently Rick Astley has been doing stuff again because I guess just because he's gotten so much internet clout now that everyone's like, well, demanding more Rick Astley. So he's been doing stuff. So I'm just like, hell yeah. I'm so happy about that. You know? But also, probably part of the reason why I got rushed off stage for saying fuck is a big part of it is probably because they asked me, does this song have fuck in it and or any of the swear words? And I was like, no. But the only swear word was fuck, and I forgot to change it out to the censored version. Because I didn't sing the censored version when I was like at home. No, Selfie said lyingly. I mean, I forgot it even had it in there, to be fair. Like, I was gonna sing this, I don't know. I don't remember how it actually went down. I just remember I forgot to change it. Like, I forgot and didn't realize that I should have changed it. So, but yeah. uh, yeah, got to say fuck in front of the whole school. And everyone was like, legend afterwards. Everyone was so happy with me. But yeah, there's some cell history. But yeah, no, I actually organized my school's Battle of the Bands, and we did like a whole my god, wait, I have a story? Okay. I'd love to hear it. Uh Yeah, go for it. Um, yeah, I organized my school's Battle of the Bands because I was so in deep with doing my band, and I'm like, there's got to be some other people doing bands, and I like put out a forum asking if people were interested in it, and we organized the whole thing. And I did this event multiple years, and it was like a whole thing. Like that is a big hunk of how I spent high school, is just in a band, uh playing music and trying to help other people. And that's actually how I had the thing where I would talk to other bands at my school and be like, "Why are you guys so lame? Showing up in t-shirt and jeans, don't even have like a performance outfit." And they're like, "You're dressing like you're from the 80s, man. That's it's kind of cringe." And I'm like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? Rock and roll is about flashy big outfits and stuff. It's not about showing up in like office work out, in casual attire." But I don't know. Like I was genuinely like offended. Funny enough, that's also how I found out what screamo was, because one of the bands was a screamo band, and I actually thought their microphone was messed up the whole time. And I was working so hard organizing the concert to try to get their microphone fixed so you could hear him clearly. And they were like, eventually they just stopped listening to me. And somebody took me aside and explained what Screamo was, because I was like doing like event staff stuff. Like it's supposed to sound like that. And I'm like, it's music I don't listen to. But yeah, but uh I guess we're probably don't have time to stream a game at this point, I guess. It's Friday in California. Um, but yeah, yeah, no, like I said, I love music. I don't listen to it enough. I want to make music. Like I want to like put music out really bad. That is difficult, by the way. I've sat and looked into it a ton, and it is kind of difficult to like actually organize getting music made, like as a cover. Like you have to like sit and like talk to so many people, but it is easier than you would think it would be. uh because apparently if you actually just go through the proper channels to request the rights to cover a song, there's like stuff you can do for it. You like it apparently it doesn't even cost that much if you go through the right company. But also, if you do like a Japanese song or like a lot of foreign songs, no one cares. That's a big part of why I am because it's hard to like legislate. That's a big part of why like I was saying that if I do get to do cover songs eventually, like I kind of want to do, to get back to my musical roots, why I want to do a Pillow song, because they're all in Japanese, or mostly Japanese. So that's a big reason why we're going with that one, is just because less legal hurdles, you know? But yeah, uh but yeah, no, I do have some friends who have done like cover songs. Probably should ask them what they would recommend, how they did it. I think most of them ended up doing Japanese songs though. Although, boy, so when my high school class graduated, the school did this all-night graduation party for us. And one of the things they shelled out for was a magician. So like 4 a.m. after a bunch of us teens had been awake all night, we were given a magic show. And this magician had chosen to say he could read minds. And I've chose my brother, and the magician told my brother to take one large novel book and to choose a word, and I will guess the word. Okay. Okay. I I have a weird feeling that it's probably set in a way that would make it easy for him to guess. You know, I actually did see Close Up Magic where they levitated somebody, and I thought that was like insane. Oh, no worries. So the magician made this whole show of trying to guess my brother's mind, but when the magician went to guess my brother's, turned to the entire Delirious class and said to them like, "Daddy." Was that the right word? That's funny. Daddy. Father. Turn to the crowd. Turn to the crowd, sorry. The magician was not correct. Ah, that's funny. It's still funny though. Um, but yeah, I saw one of those magicians up close once. He was so defeated. Aw. I saw one of those magicians who did like the levitation. Still have no idea how he did it. My only thought was like some kind of invisible string to the ceiling, and he just removed the things underneath, kind of. I'm not sure, honestly. Um, I oh, whoa, my voice cracked there. My love, I love. Self, are you okay? I I have gone to a bunch of I have gone to a bunch of magicians for stuff like hypnotism and mind reading, and they're never correct. They never work. Hypnotism, I have been brought into a hypnotized state before, but hypnotism doesn't work as far as like pretend you're a chicken. You are a chicken. Stuff like that. Like I've never had that hypnotism work. Part of me thinks it's because I want it to work so bad. Like I'm like I want hypnotism to be real, and I am now of the opinion that 100% of the time when people do the the hypnosis shows, they are actively choosing to play along. They're like, I'm just gonna do it for the show. I don't believe I don't believe hypnotism is real, and that like you can like make people actually think that they are a chicken or whatever. You know what I mean? Like everything I know about hypnotism and how it works is like I don't know why we're doing hypnotism, but everything I know about how hypnotism works is it's like you kind of can just insert things into people's brains. You can't really, and it's a thing that you have to do over time because the hypnotized state is a real thing because I've done it. So like I think hypnotism works in like changing long-term thing, but I don't think it is like something that you can do short-term, or maybe something like the "you are a chicken" is just too crazy for it to actually do anything. Like I think it's a thing you have to like build up to or something kind of over like a long period of time for even that to work. The second and first-hand embarrassment, if you're up there and you aren't hypnotized, yeah, I'd play along. I mean, fair. I want hypnotism to be real. I want to be hypnotized. I know, me too. But yeah, But yeah, no, I really want hypnotism to be real, but I've never had it actually work, even in the slightest. I've gotten some hypnotism to kind of work as far as getting into a hypnotized state, but it's kind of the same as like meditation, really. Honestly, having taken up meditation, being hypnotized and meditating are almost identical, like as a feeling. So, like, I'm pretty sure they are the same thing. It's just like a mental state you can get into. And yeah, I want to be hypnotized. Yeah. And then mind reading. The thing about mind reading is a lot of the time you're not like that's not the point. It's the same as fortune telling. Neither are real. Like what you do is you learn ways to read people and you can play along so that they give you information that you can spout back to them that you can kind of play off of so that they can predict basically they look you up and down, ask some base questions and find out about you, and then you go ahead and you like, isn't the power of suggestion and like a whole lot of generalizations? Yeah, it's 100% like a way to read people, and then there's a way to like guide questions and with general statements and suggestions, and you can make somebody else tell you what they want to hear for fortune telling or mind reading, and like the whole thing is totally fake, and it's literally just like messing with people's brains. Like it's just like, and this is why I will say this all the time. Well, maybe I don't say this all the time, but I will say this time and again. Like, we're all just computers. Like, I know I'm the robot here, but like all humans are computers. And the reason you can like trick a computer is like there's like glitches and bugs and stuff. Like, it's all just like you can just hack it basically. Like, just because, like, you know what I mean? It's not that hard. And we always act like everything's so ooh, but why? Um, why? But yeah, I yeah. Computers. We are all computers. Just some of us are made out of meat and some of us are made out of metal, you know. But yeah, like I like that stuff. I don't know. I wish I could believe in that stuff too. Meat computer. I wish I believed in that stuff. I don't believe in a lot of things. I've told my ghost stories on here a bunch of times too. Like, I've seen ghosts and I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in Coconut Ghost though. Coconut Ghost's real. She's right there. Some of us are ectoplasm. Yeah, I believe in you. That's me. But yeah, yeah. I believe in Bongo too. Ghost. Uh, yeah. Uh, I have ran out of things to talk about, and I have like 20 minutes left. Um, why? Um, man, I am out of practice with these just chattings. I've relied too much on the I have gotten too used to relying on games to break silence. Why? What else have I been doing? Um, so yeah, no, I've started feeling like really creative and stuff again lately. I went through a phase where I was like not working on like side projects like that much. Like, I used to sit down and just like anytime I was waiting for stuff, would just be writing projects. And I have been like actually started writing projects in like the notes app on my phone again. Just like even like random like brain games, because I would do that a lot where I would just be like, um, I would call them like creativity brain games type things a lot of time. I would say it was something like that. Brain games or creativity games. And basically I would just be like, this is if I was running Fortnite, here would be my next like 30 collabs based on what's coming up and something like that, you know what I mean? And I would just like make kind of like a list and explain some stuff and blah 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 blah. And I would just sit and do stuff like that when I was bored and waiting. And sometimes I would also do like actually write out like games and stories, and that's actually how I was making my game company forever ago. Is I had these extensive notes that I had written up for a game for multiple games, and I was just trying to get them made. It was like a whole process, but I started doing that again. So far, it's been mostly dumb stuff like the Fortnite brain game, but I've been actually working on stuff like that again, and I feel like that's a good sign that I'm getting back into the mojo of like good at work, like creative workaholic cell again. How do we hate all the hate that heat? Oh, yeah, no, I absolutely hate heat. It is so hot here, even at night. Like I've been working night shift. It is 80 degrees at night. That is so hot. And like I know it's not even that hot because it get during the day it gets to like 110 sometimes here. But like God, like the sun's not out. Why is it so hot? And like I hate it. It is so just so bad. Like I will say though, I I don't mind dry heat. I can't do humidity. Humidity at all makes me feel so gross. It is so terrible. It sounds ass. Yeah. And the worst part is that the place that I'm working in doesn't have AC. So it's just like, I think I dumped my water bottle on myself at one point. Oh yeah, so it's an East Coast. Playing Dark Souls 3 and cute. Okay. Sure. We can rate them. But yeah. But yeah, so but yeah, no, I can't do humidity. I when I was in when I went to TwitchCon for the first time, I'm kind of adjusted to it now. But the first time I went to TwitchCon was also the first time I encountered any humidity, because where I live, humidity being high is like 10% humidity. That is a humid day. Is like 10-20% humidity. You know, and I went to California, just like 70% humidity, and I felt like I felt like the second I went outside I was just covered in water, and I'm like, nah, I need to shower now. It's always at minimum 40% humid. Yeah, no, I've had negative humidity here before, where going outside is actively dehydrating you, just breathing the air. With a veil of heat. But yeah, no, humidity feels so gross to me. I hated it. The first time, like I said, the first time I went to California, I'm just like, I am sopping wet. I can't do this. I hate it. The whole time. Negative, that's awful. It's really not bad at all. You don't like just drink water. Like negative humidity is like super easy to deal with. It's just the heat. It's just the heat. You don't feel wet. There's no moisture in the air. You know, I guess everything kind of feels a little bit dry, I guess, maybe. But like, I don't know, you just drink more drinks. Walk around with like a Gatorade everywhere and a water bottle. Although the funny part is that there was a time when I was a kid where I refused to drink anything other than soda, and I would walk around in this, and I'm like, oh my god, how did I live? How am I alive? Because I actually distinctly remember having headaches a lot as a kid, and I'm like, I think in hindsight, those headaches were dehydration from drinking just soda everywhere when there was negative humidity. Just like out here, like just breathing the air is dehydrating, drinking nothing but soda. Most definitely. Yeah, no, just everyone was like, apparently the thing is that nobody thought I was, everyone assumed I was drinking water, so like, and not just pounding sodas all the time. So there was like years of like Cell just be like, I always have headaches. Why do I always have headaches? As I drink soda after soda after soda every day. Yeah, it was that was an era in my life. I I have a weird relationship with soda. I love soda, but like I don't like having it around so much anymore. I I will say, okay, so did you guys ever do like the mixed sodas where you were like take two flavors and you mix them together? Not like I can't say that word on Twitch. Not like an S word, uh, which if you guys know what that is, or and I guess some people also call it a swamp water. That you can say that one. It's where you mix everything on a fountain together, but like specific, like all right, 50% this, 50% that, or 25 or like thirds or whatever. Uh, but you know what my big one that I used to love? Speaking of humidity, I just checked and it's 96. Seriously? 96? Do you live underwater? It's like underwater to my brain. But then again, I've had a day in the last week with -10 humidity. So I mean, but my mixed soda of currently in a flash flood. Oh, that makes sense. So yeah, my mixed soda of choice was Mountain Dew root beer. I always called it the root dew, but for real, go mix specifically go mix A&W root beer with a Mountain Dew. 50-50. It'll taste so good. It kind of tastes like an orange dreamsicle. Like genuinely. Okay, actually, here's a funny thing. Okay, I have a weird complaint. Like, things is maybe not complaint. I have a weird comment. So, when people, I think it's so funny that a lot of people are like super against root beer as a flavor in other countries. Because root beer is just vanilla. It's a vanilla soda. I don't get, I don't get, like, some people are like, it tastes like toothpaste. And I'm like, your toothpaste tastes like vanilla ice cream, kind of? Like, I'm so confused by that. Because, like, to me, root beer, it's vanilla. There's a little something extra a lot of the time, and that something extra is sarsaparilla root. But literally, root beer is just sarsaparilla and vanilla. That's with sugar. That's the flavors. It's like how cola is a cola nut, is cola nut and citrus. That's what a cola is. Believe it or not, if you actually remove like 20%, 30% of the sugar in Mountain or in Pepsi and Coke, it'll taste a lot more orangey. and that's because the sugar actually hides the citrus flavor a little bit. But it's literally cola nut, which is an actual thing, Kola, and uh, orange peel is like the flavoring of Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Uh, they don't have exact same formulas, obviously, but yeah, no, I always thought the root beer hate was so weird because I'm like, I get not growing up with it, but like, I was confused by the it tastes like medicine people because then I'm like, but the thing is that you like they'll drink like vanilla Coke. I've seen vanilla Coke in places that don't like root beer. So I always just was so confused by that. I don't know. What do you okay, when you guys taste root beer, does it taste like vanilla to you guys? Cuz that's like the only flavor I get out of root beer. Just out of curiosity. Tastes like root beer to me. Never had root beer, unfortunately. Fair enough. I actually found out that apparently A&W is no longer Pepsi because apparently A&W is made by the Canadian burger chain A&W, and that they used to be owned by Pepsi, the same as like KFC and Taco Bell. And like apparently they bought themselves back from Pepsi, and now A&W is its own company again, and A&W has been basically kicked out of the United States from that. So like if you see an A&W restaurant, apparently that's super rare now. I just think that's so interesting. Like sometimes corporate politics are just fascinating to me because I'm like, I swore A&W was like a Pepsi product. Like there's just sometimes like the little like changes like that. It's crazy though. I love A&W. Yeah, you can still find the root beers in like the cans and stuff everywhere. I wonder if they still distribute through Pepsi despite buying themselves out from under Pepsi, because I still feel like I see them everywhere. But that's why mug root beer started being a thing, because Pepsi was like, we need a root beer. So they made a new brand of root beer. In Europe, sarsaparilla root was used as a painkiller and never drank it because it had a bad after medicated taste. Huh. I love A. I don't think I've seen an A&W in ages. Right? Like the restaurant? Yeah, like I said, the assumption is because they're no longer owned by Pepsi. So Pepsi turned most of the A&Ws into pure KFCs or Taco Bells. So like, I don't know, like I said, that's just so interesting. It's like interesting in like the most mundane and kind of boring way. Restaurant and cans. I mean, I still can go see the like I will see the cans at my grocery store every time I go. But yeah, A&W is basically gone from the United States because of that. Pepsi kicked them out of the US. They're all in Canada now. But yeah, sometimes I just like I said, I just find it super interesting to read about like weird corporate drama like that. Apparently Long John Silver's somehow has bought themselves back from Pepsi also. So Pepsi bought Long John Silver's, and the Long John Silver's people have also bought themselves back. But I feel like that was the biggest mistake they've ever done, because it's like people didn't like Long John Silver's when it was ran by Pepsi. You paid a bunch of money to make the worst performing fast food restaurant completely independent without a big corporate sponsor. Like, how are you going to survive? Like, it was one thing for them to survive on like the occasional person and a Pepsi's bankroll, I guess. But now that they're independently owned, I'm like, how are they not going to go under business in like 5 years? Because there's no way they're going to be able to save the Long John Silver's business. The funny part is, though, oh, thank you for the posture check. The funny part is that like Long John Silver's as a premise doesn't sound that bad. It's fast food fish and chips. Like, that can't be that hard, right? You only do the frozen fish, the frozen seafood that is good, or only do the seafood that is good frozen. Then you make it a whole thing. Like, what else? What is on the Long John Silver's menu? Hold on, I have not actually been into one in like over a decade. Long John Silver's. Long John Silver's menu. Lot of random tirades today. Okay, Long John Silver's. You've got fish sticks, potato chips, fish and chips, uh, variety platters. Hold on, wait. So okay, yeah, they sell chicken. So they sell chicken strips. They sell shrimp and fish sticks. Alaska pollock. So long ago. Yeah. Uh yeah, snacks. What else? Popcorn shrimp, clam strips? What's a clam strip? Okay. I'm sure that's fine. Hush puppies, cheese bites. I crab cakes. Like I'm looking at this and it doesn't sound like these would be that bad or hard to make. But I just don't know anybody who would eat here. Wait, what's a shrimp bowl? What's in the Long John Silver's shrimp bowl? It just says shrimp. That's all it says. Cursed restaurant. Like, it's a bowl of something with shrimp on it, and I can't see what's under the shrimp, and it doesn't say. Shrimp bowl. Oh, it's rice. Okay. Okay, so it's grilled shrimp on rice with shredded. That sounds good, actually. Wait, grilled shrimp on rice with shredded cabbage, corn and black bean salsa, and Baja sauce. Ooh, actually, huh? Never had clam strip. Oh my god, you missed out. Did I miss out? I don't know if I did. They do have chicken. Apparently, they do have chicken strips there. But clam strips. And they're like, they look like French fries made out of clam. That's what they are. They're like popcorn chicken, but clam, and they're like a strip. So I'd assume each one is multiple clams worth of strip. Are those hush puppies? I don't know. I have the only Long John Silver's I have ever seen is in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming. And I saw it on a road trip. We drove past it. That is the only Long John Silver's I have ever seen. So, like I said, I can't imagine they're going to stay in business for very long. I don't know anybody who likes Long John Silver's. I've eaten there before and I hated it, so I don't know. But yeah, clam strips. uh oh, wait. Do I still have my do I have uh fast food tier list still ready to load? Fast food tier list. What? I made this on stream like 2 years ago. Here we go. Yeah. All right, hold on. Okay. Lot of showing off stuff today. Okay. We'll do a quick little update here. Okay, so fast food tier list. Hold on, let me pop over here real quick. All right. So we've got my top fast food tier lists. We've got Domino's, Qdoba, Taco Bell, Wendy's. These are all top tier. You can never go wrong with any of these. Okay? Qdoba is just better Chipotle. For those who do not know. Then you've got Carl's Jr., which is like Wendy's, but like 10% not as good. It's like 90% Wendy's. Chick-fil-A is solid most of the time. I don't like that they hate gay people, but damn, do they make a good chicken sandwich. Actually, if any of you watched The Good Place, there's a scene where they send like one of the angels from heaven to Earth, and they're like, and they're just like, we would need to show you how we need to show you how hard it is to be a good person on Earth now. And like it's impossible nowadays. And one of their solutions was like, they have a chicken sandwich on there that means you hate gay people, and it's the best chicken sandwich ever. Anyway, I like KFC. KFC is really good. I will stand by this. If you actually get KFC, like their fried chicken, it is better than Popeyes. Just everything else at Popeyes is better. Little Caesars is always solid, although it's not good the next day. Panda Express is way better than anyone says it is. Papa John's is solid. Chipotle is all right. I have eaten at all these places. These restaurants either don't exist or I've never eaten them. Like, but like never had a Wawa. Wawas don't exist where I live. Neither do Potbellies. I have seen Potbellies. In fact, there's a Potbelly that I know exactly where it is, and I could go drive down to it, but I've never bothered. Also, Cane's. Oh wait, actually, I can change that. Raising Cane's. Actually, I would put Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's makes all right for you now. If I changed any of the other ones of these, I think that actually is the only real change. I tried to go to an El Pollo Loco, but they closed the person before me. But yeah, no, I don't like McDonald's. I don't like Burger King. I don't like Subway. I really do not like Sonic. Sonic, like the ice cream's fine, but the food there is the worst food of fast food you can get ever. It's just awful. Do not eat the food at Sonic. Checkers is a D at best. Fair. But yeah, no, actually, in all honesty, Del Taco has been disappointing me lately. I'm gonna go ahead and put them down here. Let's see, any other big changes? I'm gonna put them here, actually. Nope, that's pretty much it. But yeah, no, here is my fast food thing. I've never had Del Taco. Del Taco Del Taco. No, Del Taco is Del Taco is pretty much like it's kind of like it's a lot like Taco Bell, but like some of their items you wouldn't expect are better, but a lot of the items are worse. Funny enough, if you want like a plain like bean and cheese burrito, Del Taco will give you a better one than Taco Bell by a lot. Okay? And it'll be bigger. If you want anything with meat in it, Del Taco is way worse than Taco Bell. Well, specifically beef. If you get anything with beef in it, Del Taco, it'll be so much worse. It'll be so greasy, it'll be kind of gross. But they have pretty solid chicken, so it's not a total loss. Del Taco is, like I said, it's one of those places like if I don't know if it's worse. I don't know. I wouldn't like not recommend it, but I'm also like it's not something to be like that excited over. Why did my tracking just like stop? I'm a fan of having anything with meat. Yeah, coconut. But yeah, the only thing that's like the thing I would recommend at Del Taco is a plain bean and cheese burrito. Look. I mean, fair, I guess. But yeah, I have to quickly go check where we're raiding. Somebody redeemed a raid. So we need to Miss Kitty Core. I should get that geared up because we are almost done for the day. But yeah, but yeah, so yeah. This this was a weird stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I was saying last time, we are going to be mixing some stuff up here pretty soon. So if you have any if you have any suggestions for stuff you guys want to see me do, right now is a really good time for it. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to do some experiments with stuff. I always enjoy yourselves. Oh, I'm glad. If you guys have any guests for Cell of a Night you'd like to have me to have on, also, I would like to get back into doing them. So we might like cute and what? But yeah, with that being said, actually, I should probably, before I immediately, should double check that they're even still live, actually. They are. Perfect. All right. But yeah, like I said, we will be live again probably tomorrow. We will be starting to have a schedule again. I will try to keep up a main schedule. We should also probably be starting stream earlier again as well. But like I said, we're gonna brain. But yeah, we're gonna be trying to do a lot more stuff. I really want to see if I can push do some like pushing and see if we can you know, get some traction going. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a cell of a time. If you enjoyed the show and you haven't yet, please give a follow. It really helps with the algorithm and my self-esteem. We are almost to 1,000 followers. This is the only follower milestone I will ever care about. I really want this to happen. So please, it would really help. check out our social media, join the Discord. Discord's probably the best place to Discord is probably the best place if you want to do suggestions, like I was saying. Code Sylveon10 at checkout Advanced GG. Check out the merch, check out the Patreon. We'll see you guys again real soon. Bye, everybody.